out for the, out for the, out for the.
Here we go.
They were like,
Yeah, you're right. We need maybe like our logo or something.
some logo.
Maybe.
Or maybe the little icons.
Or like our little pixel faces.
Yeah. That's I can see.
Can we get those like, what is it? Those like pixel
Beads? Pixel bead
Yeah,
people?
yeah.
Can we commission someone on Etsy to do that shit? Maybe.
Maybe that's the way to go.
But
What do you think? Do we need something here to?
Are we recording?
Yes.
Well, shit.
I know, right?
You surprise me every time, and I
What is happening, everybody?
don't even know.
Welcome to Sumptin-Sumptin. My
I'm
name is Johnny
prepared.
Fournier. You got to be more prepared, man.
I know.
You
I gotta
got
be on the ball.
to be prepared.
There's a ball.
I gotta dig deep.
I'm not on it.
It's been a long day.
I'm over here.
And you're not locked in.
I'm getting there.
Good man.
I'm getting there. Hi, everybody.
I'm John Fournier. That's out for holes.
Hey, we're here.
This
We're
is
back.
Sumptin'.
We're doing it again.
We are doing it again.
We are.
We're
Living. I'm trying not to hit this thing. I know there was audio last time. I take responsibility.
Look, shit happens.
It
It's
happens.
Okay. It just
We're learning new shit. We're learning how it goes.
trying to always plus it up. Trying to always be better. Trying to always do
Little
hey,
by
look,
little.
That's where my thing went. I was wondering where that went.
See, Johnny was looking for this thing and he found it.
Right there.
You were here for this. So yes, we're back. We're here. We're talking. Why don't we just get into it?
Oh my God.
Why don't we just do it? I mean, how are you?
Can I have it? Oh, I'm good. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Doing well. Everyone.
I can't talk about work on this podcast.
No, I know. You know.
Work. It's work. Work is work.
Work is work.
Sure. You know, working.
Feeling okay. Playing things.
Yeah.
That's
We'll get to that in a sec.
We'll
Don't
get
worry.
to it, yeah. You know,
But
I got child. Child's good.
child good.
She's having
That's
fun.
always excellent. I have a cat. Well, I've added a cat.
Right.
So
you've
life update. Oh, that's
That
so
is.
embarrassing. That's not good. I don't want people to know I have multiple cats. That's no good.
what? Look, I have never heard of a lore, or if anyone has. There's always the cat lady thing, which is kind of insulting. There's no cat man thing.
I bet there is somewhere.
point? But then at
Somebody's
that
gonna
point, you're
find
just-
it, and if not, it's gonna be a picture of me.
It's just cat person. It's just cat people.
There's a bunch of strays that it's like a seasonal event where just new strays
No, I
just
know.
pop up in my
When
my
I've come
area.
over, it's, you kind of like, oh, who's
There's
that
just
now?
a new batch, and
Yeah.
I'm not one to like. I don't name them. I make sure. I mean, I've done that before, and I've learned
Don't
that
humanize
mistake.
them.
I don't humanize them. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't catenize them.
Right.
But I feed them because they're hungry, and I try to be nice and look
Sure.
after them a little bit.
They're living creatures.
Yeah.
Living creatures.
And or we'll call up the people to get them fixed and do the catch and release when we can and stuff because it
Sure.
is an ongoing cycle.
Well,
But
Bob
there
Barker,
was this one.
he had it right.
He did have it right. There's this one little kitten, little black kitten with a broken tail,
Yeah.
and she's adorable and she's super sweet.
In an interesting way too. It was like folded over on
Yeah,
itself.
I don't know why. I don't know how or why it happened.
I mean,
Could have
it
been a
was,
birth defect. Could have been when she was super little. I don't know. But she's got this little this little pigtail.
It's like a half tail. Yeah.
Yeah, and when she jumps around, she looks like she's like hopping like a bunny.
Kind of. Yeah.
But she's super sweet, and she wasn't a part of one of the litters, so
Yeah,
she
that's
kind of
right.
got ostracized a bit.
She was left out.
So I felt bad.
Yeah.
And slowly but surely, I've gained her trust enough so that right now it's like,
That's great. There's one time I went to your door,
yeah.
and it looked like you were the king of
it-
cats.
Yeah, there's thanks.
Because
that's the
Okay,
image
wait,
I
no,
want
I know.
people to walk away with.
No, it looked like they were there.
Should this be on my dating profile?
Yes.
I am the king of cats.
No, like they would do your bidding. Like they
Yeah.
were waiting. They were waiting to
they're
take
my
orders.
little street gang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're children of the night. See, I'm saying you're like a vampire.
I'm not the only
is what-
one. All of us try to,
No, yeah, you're
a lot of us
you're-
try to put food out
yeah,
and try to take care of them
yeah,
and
yeah.
look after them a
You
little
got some
bit.
good people here.
But yeah, this one in particular. So I started to like bring her inside,
Mhm.
trying to get Laura to get acclimated with her, and it's
Mhm.
getting colder. So, but yeah, then we had somebody name her.
Yeah. So this is where I guess my side comes in.
Yeah.
So Johnny calls me up. I'm at
Crazy
the park
cat
with,
lady.
with Morgan, and he's like, "I want to FaceTime with Morgan." I want to ask her something. I go, oh, what?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
sure.
kind of an odd I need to ask a 3.5-year-old something.
Yeah, I need to ask a
I need her
toddler
help.
or something. I was like,
Yeah.
all right. Like, for a second, I was like, is it something at work? Like, they need a perspective of like a
Yes.
3-year-old?
Yeah.
But then I was like, no, that's.
I need her to focus test my work.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, does this trailer hit?
Does this work for a 3.5-year-old?
Does it keep her attention?
Yeah.
So I told her, like, at the park, and as she's wont to do, she tells everybody as we leave, because I'm like, Morgan, we gotta go. We gotta do FaceTime. She's like, I'm gonna go FaceTime with Uncle Johnny.
Yep.
Everybody.
Love it.
And I said, hey.
Love it.
So they all know, and they all just give her this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we go home, and sure enough, we FaceTime, because she's used to it, because we do it through the TV, with Apple TV, because they give that feature now. Yeah. And she's done it with her grandma in Oklahoma. So she's used to kind of just looking at the TV and doing it. And sure enough, there's Johnny.
Yeah.
And there's a little kitty.
Yeah.
And then so once I got it, I was like, oh, okay, now I know what Johnny wants.
Mm-hmm.
And so Johnny asked her the fateful question.
Yeah, I give her a name. I figured Morgan was the best person to come up with a name. I didn't want to name her.
She does love cats, even though we don't have them.
Yeah.
You know, Katie and I are allergic, but we found like not alley cats, like neighborhood cats, kind of like yours. But they've been kind of far and few between these days. Unfortunately, I think something might have happened to them. But you know,
this is the life.
It's the life of a stray cat.
Yeah.
Morgan started with some very esoteric
names.
names.
Dinosaur was the first one she came up with.
One.
Yeah.
My favorite Fire Truck was one, because
that one I was close with. I was like, I might name this cat Fire Truck.
You know, because she was looking at her toys.
Yeah,
she was like looking around the room. She's
like,
what can I name it?
Yeah.
But
and then it went to alphabet, which I thought was good.
No, letters and numbers.
Letters and numbers. That's it. Letters and numbers.
That was the one where I was almost like, that's almost so out there that
I don't know how to name a cat letters and numbers.
But like, it sounds weird when you call it. Right?
Yeah, I guess that I would change it to alphanumeric. I don't know.
Oh, but even then, that's even like a crazy. Like that's a lot for a little cat.
Yeah.
But then, like out of nowhere, Morgan.
Yeah,
was like,
from the mouth of babes.
I was coaxing a little. I was like, all right, you're being silly, and she knew it. She was like, hey.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, give us a good one. And she's like, Sunny.
Sunny. Yep.
And
that's it. That's the name of the cat. It's Sunny. Yeah. Little Sunny.
And it works. It's adorable.
Little peanut. Yeah.
I mean, look, as I said, I'm allergic, but I still give him the scritches, as they say.
The scritches.
Give him the scritches.
The scritches.
And you know,
this is the saddest life update ever.
No, look, people love pets. You know people love them. You know it. And especially involving a little toddler name.
It's a little cute cat. Like, you know.
Yeah, it's like a ball of a little black cat. Yeah. Reminded me of Arkham.
Sure.
Old black cat I used to have.
I get that. I get that.
Had to me.
Good old Archimedes.
Good old Archimedes. He's great. He's a great cat.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong. So yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
It was fun. So we might see more of that. We might have a picture. I don't know, because we need to hook them up.
That out.
We need Morgan to meet Sunny.
Yes.
That's the next
step. Basically Morgan's cat. It just lives here.
Right. Because
that's the way we're figuring it's going to go.
Can't tolerate it at ours as much as you'd want to.
Yeah.
It's tough. If you got allergies, you all know that can be tough.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it's all right. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't seem like that much of a struggle, but you do have to go through it when you come here. Because Asher lives here and that other little cat's here.
But it's like, you know what?
But you're not here all day.
That's what I mean.
You don't sleep with it. You don't. Yeah. You don't eat with it. I mean, you do because you have dinner when you get here. But
no, but it's like like my tolerance is enough where I can.
Yeah, you hang out for a couple hours.
I can hang out for some hours.
Yeah.
And then once I give myself a second to cycle it out.
Yeah.
But
I think a few times you've left being like it was starting to come up on me.
You know what it is? It's all the hands. If you have allergies,
then you touch your face.
If I sit there, like I have to remind myself at all times, like don't.
Yeah.
Don't just touch anywhere else, but don't.
I get you.
Mm-hmm.
I get you.
You know, especially in the eye. Like if I want to go like this.
Yeah.
Like, nope. Don't do it.
Unless you go wash your hands or something.
Right. Exactly. So it's one of those things. But no. I mean that's in a way it's one of those things that I wish I was like if what is it? Someday in the future, we get to the point of gene editing where someone's like, we can turn off that allergy gene. I'd be like, I'll do that.
That'd be great.
That'd be great. Give me that.
Fix that one up.
Fix that going because
turn off all cancer and that allergy one. That would be great.
Cancer first.
Yeah, that one should be a requirement.
Allergies can come later. They're not as important, but some people think with the cats it is that important.
I'll tell you what though, RFK is going to be in charge of.
Oh yeah.
I'm not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not.
We're making conscious efforts as best we can.
If you know us, you know us. That's all that matters.
Yeah, we're trying.
I'm not fighting anybody else. I don't care about anybody else. I'm not doing that. That's not that. You'll never come to this podcast.
We're not here for that.
Maybe a little.
maybe sometimes.
Sometimes.
Depends how much.
Some things have been frustrating me.
Yeah,
and sometimes you gotta kind of hash it out. But not today. That's not what we're here for today.
Here, we're here to talk about things we're playing and watching.
What you playing, watching?
Yeah. I feel like we should like text that or something. Like
it's in there every time I put the thing in there. How dare you?
No, but like
I have it like come in graphically and
like we should like tweak it.
He doesn't watch the show.
Auto tune. I watch something.
You never have to watch the show when you're in it.
Sometimes.
That's fair. You're in it. Don't even bother. Don't even bother. Don't listen to it. Don't even do that. Yeah. I have to because I gotta cut it and then I let it go.
And then it's out of your brain.
It's gone. I don't care.
Yeah. So you know, I don't know. Would you like to go? Me?
No, go ahead. I got a whole thing.
You got. That's right. You did have a thing.
I got a thing.
You were.
It was kind of interesting to me.
Present me.
And only to me. Welcome to my show.
Welcome. This is Johnny's show. I'm here.
What?
I'm the guest.
Fine.
It's fine. Yeah. I've let's see. I finally finished the Lord of the Rings TV show.
Oh, I was like, huh?
No. Yeah. No. Sorry.
What?
Rings of Power.
Rings of Power.
Rings
yeah.
Of Power.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings : Rings of Power.
Is that what it's called? Is it Lord of the Rings: Rings of Power?
It's either that or
not
the
like
reverse.
Middle Earth or something like. Oh, maybe. Because I remember for a while, maybe that was only in gaming. I think in gaming, Warner Bros. Had the license to Middle Earth, but not Lord of the Rings. Which is why that weird Hobbit game came out.
Oh yeah,
and that weird Golem game came out because the license. Anyways, that was just a weird.
It was weird
legal
stuff.
tangent.
I think it is Lord of the Rings: Rings of Power.
Okay.
I think this is the title.
Yeah.
Anyways, better second season.
Okay.
Than the first.
Yeah, sure.
They actually deal with rings.
There are rings. More
There's rings. There's all the rings.
Yeah. They finally pluralized it.
They pluralized it and they say it because in the first season it took them like to the last episode. Like they actually have this like
magical
huge,
bands,
like long. No, they didn't even
golden circles.
They don't even show them or talk about them.
Okay, great.
They literally
spending a season laying the groundwork.
Gets you this like tight, slow, like zoom in, and it's like look what we've made, rings. And like that was how they left it.
But they still haven't made the One Ring.
No, that I think is the last thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're I think they said they got 4 seasons or something that they're trying to
too much
to put it in.
I mean, I don't know.
I feel you could probably get away with 3 solid ones.
I don't know. I'd like to point out once again, and I know people talk about this. It's just these are basically stories written off of like a codex, not a story.
Effectively, yeah. I mean, it's like
the same problem that they have with the Dragon show,
House of Dragons, yeah, where
which is like
it's not
built a codex,
yeah,
but it's not actually a story.
I mean, there's stories, but yeah, it's not a cohesive, like
Lord
of the Rings,
not like Lord of the Rings,
or the Hobbit,
or the Winds of Winter, or whatever.
Right? Yeah, it's not telling a
Ice.
narrative.
Yeah.
It's more like here, you're going to hear about this guy, now you're going to hear about this guy.
Yes.
For like a short, it's like a collection of short stories almost.
Kind of, yeah.
As far as I understand the Silmarillion. Anyways,
yeah,
it was better. And I'm almost done with Agatha all along.
Okay.
And I'm enjoying the heck of that.
Great show.
You got ahead of that.
I dug it. I thought it was
You
awesome.
got way into it.
I didn't get ahead of it. I was pretty late to it.
Oh, you were pretty, okay.
But I liked it. I thought it was really good.
No, I
thought it
like
was really good.
It's weird. I mean,
2 Marvel shows I haven't seen now.
Secret Invasion is one.
Secret Invasion and Echo. I tried Echo. I got like a couple episodes in. I was like, this ain't doing it for me. And I like the character in the comics.
Sure, yeah, no, she's
but
good.
It just wasn't doing it for me. Like I watched like maybe 2.5 episodes, and I was like, this isn't getting me anywhere, and I don't.
You know, I was hopeful for Secret Invasion only because I was like,
not at all.
I was like, okay, you got spy stuff, scrolls are cool,
yeah.
And I watched that whole thing, and goddamn,
yeah.
There's a reason why it's almost last on everyone's list.
We've reached the point now where it's like there's Marvel stuff you don't have to bother with.
You don't because I'm sure Marvel's not going to bother with it.
Yeah,
I'm sure you're not going to see that. But yeah, Agatha was. It's fun. It's weird to me. Besides all the how to say it, haters that think that this is the end of the Marvel universe.
Oh my god.
People who actually have genuine criticism for it are saying things like they don't understand what's going on. Like they don't understand why this is part of the Marvel universe. And I go,
oh,
well,
it's pretty obvious.
I mean, it's comic. Marvel does all this stuff. They got weird nightmare creatures.
Hey, Agatha popped off as a character.
That for one,
because Catherine Hahn is just amazing.
She killed
everything.
It. Yeah.
And B, as you go along, you find out that they're setting up for something that they've also already set up in other things.
Oh, okay, sure.
So, yeah, it totally.
I mean, look,
it totally tracks.
I don't mind spin-offs if they work. I actually like spin-offs more than prequels. I'm gonna plant that flag right now.
Is there a better spin-off? Where is there a case where it's a better than as a spin-off than it is as a prequel?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I feel spin-offs, to me, I appreciate more than prequels. Because the prequel, you know how it's going to end because it ends in the story that you've already seen.
Yeah.
But spin-offs, well, it's not necessarily impactful to a larger story, but it tells you more about a certain character.
I'm with it.
I'm just saying. In terms of playing, going through that Silent Hill.
Sure.
Going through that.
I finished it.
You did.
I got the ending.
Which one? The river, or was it?
I got the one I wanted. I'm not going to talk about it.
Okay, we'll talk when I'm
for
done.
your sake.
I'm about, I want to say halfwaysies.
Where are you?
What was the last thing I did?
What was the last thing you stomped on?
What was the last thing I stomped? I did the last boss I remember was the ceiling boss, the one with the.
So you're still.
I just got out of the hospital. I just got out of the hospital.
That was the hospital. That's right.
I just got out of it, and I'm following what's her face, the little girl.
Yes.
So I don't know, maybe a third through. I'm not quite sure what because I know it's a bit longer than the original.
It is a bit longer. Yeah.
So I don't know where I'm at.
Yeah.
100% in it.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it. I have to say I am pleasantly surprised.
It's really good.
Because I remember, I mean, I'm sure if you looked at some of our old episodes, we had that little
wasn't sure.
The teams kind of knew, not green necessarily, but just like
wasn't sure. And then there was that thing about like the combat didn't look good.
The combat looked weird, and they weren't releasing a lot of trailers of it. And there was all these red flags. It was like red flags
Konami
everywhere.
is already a big red flag.
Exactly.
I'd say, but like I don't really trust Konami that much anymore.
Yeah, but it's actually like
it was good.
It was good. It's good so far. Like I want to get back to it.
Yeah,
like it's tough having a child because usually when I play games, she's cool with it and she'll watch me play the games. It's all right.
Yeah.
She caught one glimpse of Silent Hill 2. And it wasn't anything super bad, but it was like I had just beat, I don't know, it was like one of the normal monsters. And it was either the nurse or the spitter guys. And those guys. And like she had just come back from McDonald's because she gets McDonald's on Sundays. And she asked, she's like, "Oh, what do you play?" I was like, "Oh, I'm playing a game."
Yeah.
I'm like looking for a save.
Go to your room.
I was like, "Where's my save point? Like, I gotta get out of it."
Where's that red paper?
But I had just killed it, and I was, starting to do the like twitch before you get.
You gotta stomp it out. You gotta stomp it out.
So I stomp it, and I just see Morgan. Yeah. And I look at Morgan. I was like,
"It's an intensity."
It's like, Morgan, does that scare you? She's like, "Yes."
Yes.
I said, "Okay, I'll be done in a second."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like she didn't cry. I don't think I traumatized her too much.
But I mean, it's like tone and violence.
It's not
graphic, but there's a lot there when you're watching it. You're like,
and especially how
three-year-old,
good it looks.
Yeah.
Like the realism of it.
Yeah.
And exactly the tone. Yeah. Like it wasn't,
it didn't explode into pink smoke and
you're
stars.
Right. There wasn't like guts. It wasn't Mortal Kombat where it's
Yeah,
but it's dank enough, and the sound of it, like, because the way James he gives it like
he's going for
that
it.
Oomph when he's
going for it.
Yeah, when he's saying you stay down, like the voice.
I don't think I heard him that much because it was mostly me going.
No, because when I did it, like I did it a couple times in front of Katie. I was like, "Katie, is it dead?
Yeah,
Katie,
is it dead?
Is it dead yet?
Tell me, is it dead?
Tell me it's dead.
Is it dead?
Because I'll play it.
I don't trust it.
Right, I'll play it when Morgan's asleep.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to play it anymore when she's awake. So in turn, I've been playing Sable, which is another game that is safer. I like it a lot. It really makes me wonder. I mean, I don't want to go off on too much of a tangent. If the guys who did that show Scavenger's Reign had anything to do or knew about that game. Because they visually...
it has some very similar art direction.
Similar art direction.
I don't know. I think a lot of that is... is it Mobius?
Mobius, yeah.
I think everybody takes a lot of people take.
A lot of people pull,
It's hard not to take inspiration. From
Mobius. He's good.
He's prolific.
Look, when I got that book back on my birthday from that bookstore I found, it was like, it's crazy how influential he is.
It's the same thing as with horror people and Lovecraftian. It's like
everybody's
gonna pull a little bit from it. So.
It always got the. So I'm sure they both were influenced from that. But playing Sable now, having watched Scavenger's Reign, man, it's. Even the tone of being this alien world where there's survivors from a ship, it still felt. I mean, I don't want to assume that
great minds.
Yeah, but great minds. No, exactly.
Global consciousness.
And even as a note, I love the guys, the team. I'll wrap myself up with this. So Scavenger's Reign only got one season.
Yes.
Max / HBO, whatever, dropped it.
What a shock.
Yeah, right. Netflix, they tried to tour it to Netflix picked it up the first season, thinking that they could
Maybe
spin
keep
a
going.
second season.
Yeah.
Netflix turned them down.
Bummer.
But they ain't stopping. They released a concept trailer.
Love it.
For season 2.
Keep going.
It was like a 30-second thing,
Mm-hmm.
and they produced it all on their own. But it was just like, here's where season 2 would go.
Okay.
And I was like,
that's a great pitch document.
keep it. No, it was.
Yeah.
I was like, keep that hope alive, man, because
Yeah.
it is even if they turn it into a comic or something that's a web series,
Kickstarted or whatever.
Kickstarted, like I would love to see it because it
No.
was a really cool show.
That's
It
cool.
was very unique.
That's cool.
But I was like, how many people do that? Like for the passion that they have for their project.
I don't know.
To just say we're going to keep putting it out there.
Deadpool.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Like
to that?
that's how we got that.
Yeah.
I think it happens more often than we would know.
Probably.
But
well,
you just got to remember, like so many projects just don't.
They just don't. They just don't. And I
just
don't mind it. I don't mind it. I like that I got to see it.
Yeah.
I like that it was there and I got to be a part of it.
Yeah.
But,
Again,
so
Cowboy Bebop was not that bad of a show. Stop hating it. I'm just kidding.
Okay. No. Listen, Johnny.
You've come back around on a little.
No, I have wanted to watch it again.
You should.
I want to watch it a second time.
I have kind of thought about it a little bit.
Maybe
too.
we should do
just
that.
a little bit.
We should, like, when I come over before we podcast,
Yeah.
watch one episode.
Yeah.
Again. Only because to
Listen.
either to cement my view, like to say yes, I fucking
Sure.
hate it, or to say,
Just
maybe
completely
you
validate that I'm right.
I want to validate
Crap.
my instinctive feelings and say fuck this shit. No, I mean
it's not as good as the animated show,
sure,
but I thought it was doing something kind of cool.
It had its moments.
I fight for that show probably more than I should.
Well,
but I haven't watched it in a while, so we should probably rewatch
I think that's the thing. It's like enough time has passed.
Yeah.
The hype, everything's kind of settled. Everyone realizes.
So I'm gonna let that be a natural transition.
Okay. Yeah.
Into what I was watching.
Yes, please.
And then maybe I'll get into playing. But really, what I'm playing is Sea of Thieves, so it doesn't really matter.
No, Sea of Thieves. Look, this man.
Don't distract from the transition.
Okay, go.
How dare you?
You don't disparage Sea of Thieves.
I'm not.
saying.
I'm not.
I mean, it did crash when I came. I had that weird hiccup.
Yeah, the game's fine. This is fine.
It's fine. It's working.
I watched. Speaking of Yoko Kanno.
Oh yeah.
I've got. I don't even know where I put it.
Is it down there?
Is it down there or is it behind you? I think it's behind you.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I bought this thing.
We got props.
We got props off of Crunchyroll, I think.
That's what you told me. You said it was Crunchyroll.
And it was like 100. I don't care. It doesn't matter how much money it was. I desperately love Macross Plus.
He does. Since it came out, this was one of the very first. I think we were already friends when it had come out, right? Or I want to say it had come out just before, or as we were.
I want to say it came out in like 99 or 98 or something.
So yeah, we were already kind of friends. But
we were definitely already friends.
Like when it hit, that was Johnny was just.
I was a big fan of this, and it was also a big deal, because it was the first DVD I bought.
That's right.
Because back in Suncoast days.
Yeah. Suncoast.
And I got a PS2 and I could finally watch DVD movies.
Yep.
And I watched. We must have had the movie version at Movies and You, and that's how I saw the movie edition.
It had to be.
And then I found out
they were pretty progressive having anime.
They were,
although it was Japan animation.
Yeah, they were a little, but it was like they did a movie edition of this, and they had, and that was back when OVAs were a big thing. They're not really a thing anymore, I don't think.
I mean, it's changed enough where.
Yeah, I think the business has changed.
The business has changed. Yeah.
But OVAs were sort of a big deal.
Yeah.
And they released the OVAs, and I was all about it. And I love this movie show so
great.
much.
It was I loved it's one of those that I can call back to and be like, oh yeah.
Yeah, and this edition comes with the movie version, the OVA, huge art book, a bunch of stuff, and I was like, I'm in.
Book. When I was looking,
yeah, it's a good art book.
It's not those ones where it's here's 20 pages that we took from the Japanese version.
Yeah, no.
This one's
it's a good size art book.
Either it's 1-to-1 from the ones that come, because if you know art books in Japan versus art books here, they tend to be a lot more robust, and the ones that Western title or Western side gets less so. But
it's a good size art book. They got scene breakdowns and character breakdowns and. Now we're doing a story time with a book.
Well, look, we're not sponsored by Crunchyroll or anything.
No, we're not.
But just to show, and this is that. Hold on. That's that good
I like
smell.
Laserdisc
That's that good
International
smell.
version. That's what the Laserdiscs look like.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Laserdisc Japan.
but they
YF19
even have like some really
designs.
deep like concept art and
Yeah,
stuff.
there's like stuff in here that shows like
I love
the key art.
I was almost like I saw
the
this and I was like,
keyframes.
I almost want to get this.
This is awesome. But anyways, it also made me want to watch it again.
Of course,
which
of
I
course.
did. And something kind of interesting happened. There's
Oh.
shit on this. I need to clean. I don't like that.
Get that shit off.
I'm gonna
Get that shit off.
No, there's a drink there. I'm not gonna do that.
Inviting hoarding disaster.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm watching it again.
Okay.
And there's two things that I remember, and it's dawned on me. I watched the OVA.
Okay.
And briefly, let me explain that I do think the movie edition has a better climax than the OVA.
Okay. I will say I kind of.
It's okay if you don't remember.
I'm sort of. If I remember, okay, so I remember most of it was like, yeah, you've got Sharon Apple.
Yeah, she's taking over the SDF-1.
She's taking over the SDF-1.
Yeah. Gold dies because he does
sacrifices himself,
yes.
right? Because he tries to do
and
like
his death in the movie is more graphic. He's got the eye explodey. They don't have that in the OVA.
Like the veins and shit.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Which I don't necessarily think that part's better, but it's still good.
Right.
It's probably better. And then there's the part where Sharon takes over Isamu and she shows him sky, like endless sky.
Oh.
They kind of quickly gloss over that in the OVA.
Oh, okay.
And
like
then he wakes up and he headbutts his own
yes,
console.
that's right. And
that's in the movie.
Like,
that's not in the OVA. So like there's like weird little moments
okay.
there, and I think the climax in the movie is a little bit better.
Sure.
But the movie edition is only in Japanese. They never did an English dub of it.
Really interesting.
And I was like, I wonder if I could like take bits from the OVA and just make it.
Oh, like
but
kinda...
I can't because there's literal lines of dialogue.
Oh, just
that
whole.
are just like yeah.
Okay.
It'll never work. And then an evil dark thought popped in my head where I was like, what if I use AI voice? And I was like, don't do that. Don't be that guy. And I would make an edition just for me to watch and never share it with the world.
Well, yeah.
But anyways.
Yeah. I mean...
I do think that the movie version has a better climax.
Okay.
I was watching the OVAs, episode 1. If you don't know, the main character, Isamu Dyson, is voiced by, I forget what he named himself at the time because it was a non-union job, but it's Bryan Cranston. Yeah, are you okay? You all right? Don't die. Don't die. Yeah.
Really?
You didn't know this?
I did not know that.
Bryan Cranston plays Isamu.
So like pre-Malcolm in the Middle?
We're talking about like hemorrhoid cream commercial Bryan Cranston. Like
shit.
back in the Dizzy day.
Wow.
Taking a non-union job. He wasn't credited as Bryan Cranston originally. Sure. He's credited now.
Oh,
everybody knows now.
Oh, okay. So okay.
But back in the day, he did a lot of voice work. He was in Power Rangers.
I did know. Yeah, he did do Power Rangers.
Yeah, he did this. He did a bunch of stuff.
That's why he was in the movie. I remember that. Like,
yeah, that's kind of why they put him in. And that's why, like in my head, if I were ever do a movie of Macross Plus, I'd have him cameo as like the guy who kicks Isamu out of the main force and sends them away.
Of course.
Because I think that would be a nice little handoff.
Here, yeah.
But yeah, it's fucking Bryan Cranston, and then Richard Epcar is like a prolific voice actor in the anime space.
I've heard that name before.
All these guys. I'm watching episode 1, episode 2, episode 3. Everything's fine. Episode 4 starts playing. Auto plays.
4, right?
4 episodes.
Yeah.
Episode 4 starts playing, and I hear this guy. His name's Yoon. He's like the nerdy guy.
I kind of remember that character.
And I was like, what is it? He sounds a little weird. That's odd.
Yeah.
And then I hear Isamu, and it's fucking David Hayter. And I went, what the fuck is going on here? And I'm watching the episode, and I was like, that's not Bryan Cranston. That's not Bryan Cranston at all. That's fucking Snake. Like, what is happening right now? Here's what's going down. And I never knew this. Manga. Remember Manga Corps?
Oh, yeah, the big
Manga, the big red logo Manga. Used to be a distributor, like a publisher of anime.
They were like one of the first
back in the day.
Like to bring it over, yeah.
They did the OVA.
Okay.
They did all 4 episodes, and they did the movie, but they never did an English dub of the movie. They just released it.
Sure.
Bandai, for some reason, I don't know why or how, did just the 4th episode randomly and has their own voice cast and just did the 4th episode.
But
I don't know why. No. I think Bandai distributed it. But this Crunchyroll recognizes no old distributor. Crunchyroll's like we got all of it.
Right.
So it was, I think, and I wrote this in my review of it. It's the only thing I don't like. I think the Bandai one was supposed to be a special feature. Watch the Bandai dub, and they kind of crossed and mixed up
What? Because is there a special feature for?
Yeah, but the special feature is for the Bandai or the manga episode 4 dub. So it's manga Bandai when you autoplay it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then a special feature to watch manga again. Like it should have just been Bandai.
It seems like
But it was the weirdest. And I'm watching. I'm like, fucking David Hayter was Isamu. Like, how do I not know this?
I mean, that's an Easter egg.
That was totally new to me too.
Wide proportion. So,
it's
wow.
weird. So
is
yeah, I had to kind of
strange.
dig into it, and I found out, and then I was researching it a bit, and yeah, apparently like, and I don't know why. I think they maybe were like they did it to pitch to get the whole thing, or maybe they had a broadcast license.
But I mean, if it
but
was
they just
already
did the
recorded, yeah.
They just did the 4th episode, not the movie, not the first episode, just the 4th episode.
Okay.
This is the weirdest watching experience and I was like,
can't think of a reason why they do that.
it was super jarring to be like Bryan Cranston, Sting.
These were the heyday. This was the Wild West days. This
Yeah,
is when
there was
nobody
a
knew
little
what
bit
to
of
do
Wild
with
West back
anime
then.
in North America.
Yeah.
So they were just like.
I thought that was the strangest thing. I'll have
so
to do
weird.
some more research. I don't know why
I almost want to hear that. Like that's so
I'll show you.
strange.
It's very weird.
Wow.
But yeah, it was the strangest thing. I was in the middle of watching it. Luckily, it's still there on the DVD.
Right.
But like, I was like, why do I have to find this? So to me, that when I wrote the review for him, I was like, that's the only thing I don't like.
Sure.
If I'm auto playing with the same voice cast, it should autoplay the same voice
You'd
cast all the way through.
assume, yeah.
And that's a bonus feature. Like,
Right. Like
hey, Bandai did this one time.
this quirky thing
Cool,
happened.
I'll watch it. They got a
Right.
different, localization. They translated it differently.
So it was even different. Like
I mean,
as much as you
intent was the same, but yeah,
Right.
they have different words and they have a whole different cast.
That
Like,
is crazy.
it's very weird.
That is an odd thing.
I didn't know what the fuck was going on for a second there.
I'm sure, like you'd be like, wait, if I
I was like, this is weird. I don't
Yeah.
think I like this. No. It's very jarring. But yeah, I rewatched it, and
Wow.
man, it was really good to rewatch. It was fun to
still
rewatch.
feels good.
Yeah,
You know, that's always good.
it has. Older Johnny is seeing through some of the cracks now that I didn't see through before. Where I'm like,
It happens. It happens. You have a more critical eye. You have more perspective.
Yeah, hence why I think like the climax in the movie is a little bit better. And
Sure.
I can see why you could cut stuff out. Maybe the movie edition could be considered better, and you could make the. Back in the day, that was a big schoolyard argument.
Yeah, that was
OVA is always better than a cut down movie version,
Right.
or the TV show
because
is better than the OVA.
it has more stuff. You get to see more.
Yeah.
Or it's unedited or something.
That was always a big thing. It was like always the original version was like the purest version of it.
Sure.
And the TV show version is like a filler-rific,
like a
crap
censored
fest.
kind of, yeah.
Yeah, and it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
just like those are the arguments. Like I just like this. Like I remember that was the thing for like Escaflowne and a couple other
Yeah,
shows.
they had that
like,
too. That was the thing.
Tenchi had a OVA and a TV show version.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
people would always argue about nonsense like that.
I mean, when it works, it works. I mean, to me, I feel
Yeah.
like at this point, like you have such choice. You have such like
yeah.
at your
I don't know.
fingertips.
Anime is different these days to me. So
It is. Yeah.
people talk
there's-
to me about that all the time. They're like, "You like anime?" I was like, "Fuck no, I do not. I don't." But I don't like
There-
modern anime. Anime peaked in the '90s.
Okay.
Fight me.
There's a couple new ones that
Name one.
are gaining some traction. I'm getting slowly interested in.
Mm-hmm.
I'd watched the first season of Attack on Titan.
Okay.
It was good enough that I keep thinking I want to go back to watch the rest of the seasons
Uh-huh.
because I think they're done. I think they finally ended
Yeah,
it.
they ended it.
I just haven't gone back
I watched
to it yet.
the FD. Was it Salinger? FD
Signifier?
Signifier.
Yeah. On
He did a
YouTube.
video talking about.
Oh, he did? Okay.
A part of that.
So yeah, that was there. I do like One Punch Man. I will say that.
The concept of it sounded kind of.
I
fun.
find it is a
'Cause
goofy.
it's supposed to be dumb.
It's supposed to be dumb.
Yeah.
But dumb in like a serious way. It's
Yeah.
like if rather than when Dragon
Yeah.
Ball tries to be
Yes.
serious, it's like this is like no, we're being goofy, but we're going to be serious too.
Right.
So I do enjoy watching that. It has an awesome song intro.
Okay.
Like I can't do it because
Yeah.
my voice will die. But it's like almost an '80s like
Okay.
scream metal
Sure.
like type of thing. I think it's even the band that does it is even like a classic rock band from Japan and stuff like that. If I remember correctly, there is a new one that I've been hearing about that is airing now currently. And I don't mean Uzumaki because we've already talked about Uzumaki. How's it pronounced? Don to Dan.
Oh, I've heard Don.
You've heard of
I've
this.
heard of Don.
You've heard of
I don't
it.
really know what it is.
I'm dipping my toe. I watched the opening intro.
Why are you doing this to me?
It looks okay. So what it is to me so far it's just visually appealing.
Okay.
I have no idea what
That's fair.
I've read the synopsis.
Here's what I will always appreciate about anime versus Western animation.
Yeah.
They don't all look the same.
No.
They have at least the art direction of usually the manga to sort of start from,
take.
and every manga artist has a different style.
They do.
Like,
and that's what this has. This has a very distinct, excuse me, style to it.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, a lot of people have been saying is why it's catch on so much.
Cool.
But people have even said the story itself
Mm-hmm.
is pretty good. It's a unique enough story where it's like it's two people.
Is it story or is it world building?
Well,
two different things.
It sounds like one kind of begetting the other.
Yeah.
Because it's about a guy and a girl, or like a teenage guy, teenage girl, because it always is.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're already losing.
I know. But like they want to prove, one wants to prove that aliens are real, and one wants to prove that ghosts are real.
Okay.
And so they kind of cover each other's backs.
Interesting.
In trying to do that. So it's got a weird like pseudo X-Files, like find the truth, but then because they find like all these like, like folklore, Japanese folklore for the ghosts. Yeah. And I've seen like animation of the aliens, but they don't look like aliens. They just look like weird people.
Okay.
Like, but supposedly like every episode people are just like fucking like it's blowing people's minds.
Okay.
And again, for me, the visuals, the styling of it, the opening intro, I'm like, okay, I dig it. I like it. But opening intros are one thing. I mean, you watch any TV shows, you can dump all your money into the fucking intro.
They don't anymore, not in America.
Right, but in Japan, I mean, they're going to give you that hard ass like,
hit you with that
here you go, but then you watch the show and you're like,
oh, yeah.
But so I might dip my toe into it. I'm not sure.
Maybe we'll do a useless tier list on great anime. No, that's too useful.
No, the anime.
I need more.
Like anime still has like we still have training stages. That was one.
That's a good one.
And I think
we'll get to that eventually.
Some others.
We'll figure that out.
Yeah, because that was fun. Well, that's good. No, I mean, I think it's good to revisit things like that.
Yeah, it was kind of nice because I haven't really revisited much anime in a while, and
excuse me,
it was good. This one looms pretty large in my love for like Robotech and Macross and
yeah,
and it's just so cool. Again, like it's so wild that Bryan Cranston is in it.
I gotta hear this again.
He's so
like
good.
I didn't even.
He's so good.
I think maybe. Now my brain, it's like you ever have it where like someone tells you something, your brain starts to unlock, and I was like, I think I had heard that.
And it might be a little bit because he's much younger back in the day.
Oh,
so he doesn't have his like. He's not Walter White.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is like I said, was it Malcolm in the Middle or pre? That. But pre that,
it has to be before that.
Yeah,
like this is like this is a guy taking on any job that'll pay. And it was obviously a non-union.
Well, that's like
what they
just had that revelation about who voiced Ava in Metal Gear 3 that they finally.
Yeah, apparently people had known that. I didn't know. That was
I didn't know it.
To me.
I didn't know it either.
I think. Well, maybe I did. I don't know.
I don't. Well, because she did.
I certainly didn't know. Like when they revealed it, I was like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool. I love the Little Mermaid.
No, I told Katie that, and she was like, I was like, Kate, because I know she knows the voice actress.
Of course.
I was like, who does Little Mermaid? She's like, oh, is it Jodie Benson? No, Jodie something.
Yeah.
See, I don't even remember.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, guess who she voiced in Metal Gear?
Yeah. Yeah.
And as Katie put it when she first watched, because I had played through Metal Gear for her.
She's a singing voice too, though, right?
She's the singing voice.
That's
yeah,
back in the day when they would do both.
When they would pull double duty.
Yeah.
I asked because Katie would like to give because there's so many characters in Metal Gear.
Yeah.
The bosses and everything.
She's coming up with her own names.
So she came up with her own. I mean, she knew their names, but like at first glance, like what does this hit you as?
Yeah.
So we're playing Metal Gear 3.
God, I want to get back into that.
And we get and she and Ava shows up, and and you see how Ava kind of represents herself through the story, and she just wound up calling her Tits McGee.
Yeah, I figured it was gonna be something like that.
I was like, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
That's fair.
But I was like,
Katie can call her that. We can't call her that.
Exactly. But I told her, I was like, that's who.
I'm on board.
I was like, that's who Ariel is. Ariel is Tits McGee.
How dare you?
She's like, what?
Oh.
And she was like, that's crazy. I was like, I guess I didn't even know it was a thing either.
I didn't either. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was another thing, like a lot of actors, even in the first Metal Gear.
Oh yeah,
had to use different names.
Hayter used a different name, didn't he? I thought.
I'm pretty sure David Hayter was fine.
Was he fine? There was maybe a couple other
little writer guy.
Little writery guy. I remember there was a couple people.
They did Guyver before that, so I don't know. I'm pretty sure David Hayter was named.
Was the name? I thought there were a couple people that had
the
nom de plume.
Because it was a non-union gig. The first Metal Gear was very much a non-union.
And that's probably why it's kind of in its limbo that it's in too. Is for some parts of it.
Maybe. I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see how that Delta goes. We'll see how that
goes. We
goes.
also still need to do drunk history for Metal Gear.
That's right.
That would be great.
We didn't forget about that.
Fuck,
inebriated retellings.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
We'll have to do that maybe like over the Christmas break.
Yeah.
We'll do a Christmas special.
Yeah, we'll figure something out with that. We'll figure out something.
But we came up with a new thing.
Yeah.
We're going to try a new thing now.
We're going to try another new thing.
Because we're into trying new things.
We want to try this thing out. We'll see how it goes.
So, we have, you know what, let's just call it.
Is this like fuck, marry, kill of Desert Island kind of thing? Yeah, that's kind of what it is. But we need to think of it a different. Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
It's kind of like fuck, marry, kill of Desert Island.
So what we thought of was, we had talked about, I think, some last season about like what our favorite arcade machines.
Desert Island arcade games.
Like what would be the arcade games you could
somehow
play
we could plug an arcade cabinet into a coconut
forever.
And play forever.
Exactly, like fucking Mighty Boosh.
Yeah.
You see, you know what I'm talking about. You know that episode.
Sorry. I was also thinking of Futurama with the Lego.
Oh yeah, with the
oh god, oh god.
Both.
Yeah.
Both.
Combo.
¿Por qué no los dos? Like
this.
So we thought it'd be funny to talk about movies.
Yes.
So the first one, we'll start easy.
Yes.
You're on your desert island.
You're on a desert
We're
island.
on our desert island.
Yeah. Independently of one another.
Independently.
Yes.
And what's the movie? Say somehow you had the choice. Somehow you were stranded. You had a USB.
One movie.
Or a little one of those little media players on your phone.
Yes.
Something. However you have it in this day and age.
Yeah.
What would be the movie, Johnny, for you? We'll start.
Okay.
What would be the movie? Because I already know mine.
You already know
I've
yours.
known mine since fucking high school.
Interesting.
I've known my shit since high school because I
try to guess yours?
You probably can.
Is it Army of Darkness?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I know I would have blown.
I know you or do I
would have blown
you?
your mind if I said something like fucking Wizard of Oz or something.
Yeah, no, God, no. God, no.
But yes.
God, no. Okay.
Well, then I'll go.
Please,
so Army of Darkness.
To guess.
Way back in high school, I watched this movie. I used to have like I don't want to call it Trinity, a quintuplet of movies that I was like, these are my favorite fucking movies forever.
Yeah.
And they still are, but you add to it. You gain greater perspective. You watch more movies as you get older. It was From Dusk Till Dawn, Terminator 2.
Good one.
Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
What was
You're
the
missing Desperado.
Desperado was the fourth, and the fifth was Mallrats.
Whoa!
That was my quintessential.
Those loomed large in our lives.
Those were big at the time, high school, post high school.
We used to be able to quote all of Mallrats.
But then I like thought back. I was like, well, if I had one, like I remember I was just at home one day and I was just like thinking, I was like, what movie could I rewatch this? Because I did. I watched Army of Darkness. I don't say every day. I watched it a lot.
Yeah.
Like if you put it on right now, I could take a couple minutes. I could probably sync my brain up with it and start quoting.
Yeah.
I even watched. What did I rewatch? I watched Evil Dead Rise recently, that latest kind of remake they did.
Sure.
The new one, the one they were trying to bring it back. It wasn't that great.
That's okay.
But there's a part.
That's why we're just hoping for that animated show.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, the best thing they did, I think, for the Evil Dead franchise, the one that they did, I think the guy who did the Alien movies, the first redo of Evil Dead they did in the cabin, that was actually pretty good.
Okay.
This one. They tried to. It was weird.
Trying to make the concept bigger.
Well, and they shifted it to LA, but it really wasn't LA.
When they said the Rise, it's a complex apartment rise.
It's and it's rising in that it's Anyways, but there was parts.
No Ash Williams, no Carrie.
Right, exactly. To the point where, they fighting a Deadite. They killed the Deadite. It falls on the ground, dead, and I go, it's a trick, get an axe.
Yep.
Because I was just like, that's how it is.
It's a trick, get an axe.
And so it's to me
hello, Mr. Fancy Pants. You have two things right now: Jack and shit, and Jack left town.
Exactly.
This is my boomstick. Shop smart, shop S-Mart.
Shop smart, shop S. There is an S-Mart in Torrance.
I do, and it's closed.
It is closed, but I still want to take a picture because the sign is still there.
Somebody was doing a pitch when I was at an agency. We were going to do a pitch for I think Evil Dead Rise.
Okay,
At
sure.
the time, and I remember I was talking to my coworker, and she loves, Evil Dead.
Oh, okay, sure.
She's like, I really want to work with this. I was like, there's a place called S-Mart that's closed. You should just like try to do an activation with that.
Yeah.
Just, like, rent the place out.
Just
and
fucking
have Deadites like do a haunted house or something.
Yeah.
That would have been so cool.
No, I want to take a picture of it before they like tear the whole thing down.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I don't know. Like, yes, it's that childhood favorite of mine, but it's also
It's a good one.
It's just a fun. To me, it's
That's
a movie.
what I'm trying to capture in my head is like, what's the movie that like?
Because I imagine it this way.
That is a good movie.
when you say
this is the only movie you can watch forever.
And here's the thing: when I think of like, okay, if I'm on deserted island, and there's I don't know a laptop, whatever.
Yeah.
Say it just runs indefinitely. I have like solar power or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna sit down and literally watch it.
No.
But it's a movie where at any time I could stop what I'm doing.
Yeah, and just watch it.
And just focus. Just be like, this. I want to watch this. Oh, it's at this part. Yeah, I'll watch this part. Like even at the end. even with the castle siege. Like I'll watch it from then on.
Yeah.
Or I'll watch it from when he's trying to get the books.
Yeah.
It's
like it's the kind of movie that like anytime it comes on, you're like, I'll watch this.
Exactly.
That's what I need to find.
That's to me that's the qualification I gave it. That was the threshold where I said I need something where I can say, are there better movies? Absolutely.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, there are better movies. Impacting, dramatic. There's so many more that can do a lot more for you. But in terms of entertainment, just like I have fun watching this movie, and there's nothing that really like. There's no low point. I try to think of like, is there a point where I tune out in this movie? Maybe in the very beginning, but even then, no, because once he shows up, once he's dropped into
you're good to go.
the thing, like it's hit after hit after hit.
Yeah.
He's down in the pit. He's down. He gets up. He sets the guys free. It's like I can see the whole thing in my head, and I'm like, yes, it's so fun. It had the most tumultuous production from what I heard.
Yeah.
The rights are all over the fucking place.
Such a bummer.
Right. Yet, like I found that a lot of things that I like that we like are these kind of like Hail Mary pass, like almost never got made, fucking like by the skin of its teeth. Things that were created, like Cowboy Bebop. That's one that, like, I've read about how it's gotten made.
I love the concept of that.
Yeah, and it was just this
we
like,
want toys. He's like, oh, do you motherfuckers?
Oh, you really?
All right, I'll make you some toys.
Look what I'm
gonna do. Whatever the fuck I want to do.
Right? You want some ships? Here's some ships.
Here's some Cocoa Bananasness.
Yeah, but one of the best things. So yeah, I mean, it's. To me, I'm just buying time for you to think of your movie.
No, I think I got it.
Okay.
I think I got
it.
But
yeah, Army of Darkness. I mean, he hit it on the head. I mean, if anybody knows me, I mean, it's up there. And it's just like it's so fun because he like there was watch. I'm gonna put this out on the internet because I don't think it's happened yet. I don't think it'll ever happen. I want a crossover between Ash Williams and what was his name? Pork Chop Express.
Jack Burton?
Jack Burton.
Yeah.
I think they would be the best fucking crossover.
They're two old fogies now, though.
They're two old fogies now, but like that's comic books or an animated show. I think it would be the best fucking thing because they're both like the hapless heroes.
Yeah.
They're both like not supposed to be the main character.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But they put on the bravado. They would out bravado each other.
Yeah.
I think maybe there was there was a crossover between something else.
Big
Trouble crossover with something else.
Yeah, and Ash did the horror icons.
And he did the horror icons. Yeah. Oh, there was something. I think Big Trouble did crossover with someone else, but not Ash.
That'd be cool.
But right? How cool would that be?
Super
to me in my brain, I'm like, that'd be the best thing. So internet,
cool.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I put that out there into the global consciousness. Fucking make that shit happen at some point. But I've always thought, I was like, it'd be the funny, because it's got to be funny enough.
My brain is struggling between
like you don't have to commit. You can have it for now.
Nostalgia? No. I'm stuck on a desert island with this movie.
All right.
And like goodness. Right. So like the goodness in me is like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. But that's like a sort of, I don't want to say film pretentious one, but like my dad loved that movie. I love that movie. It's a great movie, but to be fucking perfectly honest, there's a lot of there's a 15-minute bicycle ride in that movie that slows it the fuck down. And I love it, and it's endearing, and it's great, But
could you watch
that movie could slow down
over and over?
The whole part where they go to South America, the whole movie starts to kind of slow down. I love the movie.
Right.
And I also want to think about like my love of movies.
Sure.
And
like
movies that I can always watch. There's two.
Okay.
That kind of reach that idea. One of them is not a good idea and isn't gonna make it.
Yeah, me.
That one is Masters of the Universe.
Oh,
I love that movie unabashedly.
I do too.
But it's not good enough to watch.
But
forever.
I would. True. I would.
The movie that is good enough to watch forever.
Yes.
Is Ninja Turtles.
The first.
Yeah. I could watch that movie forever.
That is a solid.
That is
pick.
like a formative movie for me.
That
because
is
it's real.
Pick.
There's comedy. There's martial arts. There's coolness. There's Vanilla. No. MC Hammer's in it. Not in it, but music is in it.
Yes.
Sam Rockwell's in it.
Yes.
Fucking, I'm in. Like, this movie is goodness. To this day.
That's pretty good.
I still, for whatever reason.
That's pretty good.
I don't know when it comes up, and it often comes up. But there's a line read from Shredder that is like a part of my DNA. When
is it at the end?
When Leo goes, "You lie," and he goes, "Do I?" Yes. I'm like, that is just, it's in.
Yes.
It's there. It's never not there.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. It's just
like No, I could see that. I could really, because that was another movie I watched a ton.
And it's a Raphael movie, which makes me happy. I know it makes other people unhappy. It's the same way they made too many Wolverine movies. They do make a lot of Raphael movies for Ninja Turtles because he's the best Ninja Turtle, and I don't give a shit because nobody wants to do a movie by Michelangelo.
There was a Leonardo movie, right?
There was a Michelangelo movie, which was the third one, which sucked, right?
Yeah, that one sucked.
Raph
that was when they had no budget.
TMNT one, the CG one.
Yeah, he
got a second movie. I don't know who's the lead in the second one.
In the Bay one?
No. In Secret of the Ooze.
I want to say
it's probably Raph again because it's him and Kino.
Yeah, it was.
I think it was Raph.
It was another Raph one. Yeah, I think it was Raph, and I almost want to say a little bit of Donatello because it was all science stuff.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. Maybe. Yeah. But the third one, if I remember correctly, was really kind of
that leaned heavy into
Mikey and Leo.
Mikey, yeah. But it was not good.
It was very not good. And then the Bay ones.
The Bay ones, I kind
of don't know.
They actually played up more of the Leo Raph dynamic in the Bay ones, like the whole like Raph being obviously Raphael, but Leo trying to keep it together.
I don't know because Raph was there. Yeah, I guess he was.
Well, at least in the second one, because in the second one they had that butting of heads between like Leo being the leader and letting Raph know shit and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and then Mike and Donner.
And then Mutant Mayhem is kind of a Leo movie.
Kind of a Leo movie. That feels more Leo movie. Yeah, I haven't watched that new show that they spun off from it.
Yeah.
I'm iffy on. I still hold that the second Bay movie is actually pretty good.
It's not a bad movie.
It's not a bad movie.
It's not a Desert Island movie.
No,
but it's not a bad movie.
It's not a bad movie.
And it gives 80s kids things that we've always wanted to see, like the Technodrome, Bebop and Rocksteady. Yeah, fucking home. Oh, what's his name? Big ass Krang.
Big ass Krang. I mean, I wish he was like the baby robot. Like, because I showed.
I mean, they're gonna move you it a bit.
Like Katie watched it, and she's like, "This is cool." I was like, "You want to know what Krang's supposed to look like?"
Yeah.
I show her a picture, and she's like, "That's what he's supposed to look." I'm like, "Wouldn't have this been better?"
Kind of do it a little.
Chubby baby robot Krang.
Kind of do it.
They kind of do it. Yeah. But yeah, it's fun. Okay, Ninja Turtles.
I think Ninja Turtles.
I'm with you.
I fucking love that.
I'm with you. I don't know if I'd take that because I'd set my flag early, but that's a good one.
This is my island. So
all right,
I'm watching Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, we're gonna evolve this further.
Yes. Phase 2.
We've been on the island.
Yeah. Now we're in
we get rescued.
The Mary section.
Each of us.
Of the fuck, Mary, kill.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. By the way, just to be clear, Ninja Turtles is a movie, fucks. Okay?
It does.
It fucks.
It does.
Army of Darkness is a movie, also fucks.
It's got boomsticks everywhere.
There you go.
Double fuck.
Yeah.
So you say you get rescued. You're on this island. Yeah. You get rescued.
We're rescued now.
You got about 2 hours till you get back to wherever you're going to go.
Yeah. So you get to watch one movie.
And they say, hey, you know what? We have all the services. We have Plex.
Yeah.
We have whatever you want.
Yes.
You watch yourself a little movie. You're safe now. Yeah. What movie do you watch? What is the movie that makes you, I don't know, feel better?
No.
Like returns you to
society?
You can go
that way.
Like, okay, is that
that's true. What's your like re-entry movie?
Re-entry
to society?
That's what I'm thinking. This would be that kind of movie.
Okay. Because I was
Right?
also thinking you potentially
What
could
would-
be a
yeah, what
movie
would-
you haven't seen before, and you're finally like, well, fuck it.
Oh,
I almost died. I might as well finally see
like
this,
a bucket
this movie
list thing
that
kinda.
people have said I should have seen forever.
Yeah.
But I kind of like re-entry too.
I mean, because I'm kind of figuring you go through the traumatic. I mean, you had your one movie to keep you sane.
Yeah.
But you knew that you were gonna you had to resign yourself at some point on that desert island. Well, you're never coming out.
Yeah.
You're not gonna make it.
Yeah.
So that has to do something to your brain.
Yes. What's the re-entry?
So what's
movie?
the thing that's like, you know what?
Yes, I know. I know what movie would fix my
You
brain.
do? Okay,
I know
'cause
exactly
I'm still
what
thinking
movie
about
would
it.
fix my brain. Okay.
So you go first.
The movie that fixes my brain
Okay.
after being a crazy person eating coconuts, I've lost
And watching Ninja Turtles.
tons of weight.
Right.
Talked to
Right.
volleyball and named it after a Ninja Turtle.
Yes.
The movie that re-enters me into being a human being is Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead.
What?
That's the movie. That's where I go, I'm a smart person again. Instead of dancing to fucking MC Hammer and wishing I was a Ninja Turtle and surviving on an island, the movie that makes my brain work again is Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead.
Okay.
That's the re-entry movie. Yeah.
Damn, you had that fast.
Fucking dude, that's such a good movie.
You love that movie like since
I adore that movie. And that's the one that I go, yes, it's funny,
you
it's
select it,
irreverent,
you look it up.
it's smart.
It's there, yeah.
That's the movie.
Yeah.
That's the movie. I'm coming back to the world, baby. I just went through a crucible, and now
That's right.
smart, good, irreverent humor.
Keep talking. I need to think a little longer.
And if you haven't seen this movie, for anybody who doesn't know, first of all, I'm a huge Shakespeare fan.
Yes.
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are characters that appear in the play Hamlet. They're his old friends, and they're the ones that try to take him to Verona, and they die in the play, famously. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead is a movie based on the events of Hamlet from the perspective of those two characters. And it's a really meta, fun, interesting. It's got Gary Oldman and help me out, the guy from Reservoir Dogs.
Tim Roth.
Tim Roth, thank you. And Tim Roth. And it's a fucking fantastic movie. And I recommend it to anybody that you should watch it because it's a great comedy, and especially if you like Shakespeare stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Did I get you enough time there?
A little bit,
So
yes.
I'm getting a little dry here.
A little bit. I have thought of two similar in the way that you have, where there's like an artsy movie,
Yeah.
like kind of like you did with on the island, but now I've kind of gone to this.
Yes.
So I've got I've got artsy movie, not artsy, but like the movie that would make me. I don't know.
Get your brain working again.
Get my brain working again.
Yes.
Get me
Yeah.
get me feeling like like kind of synced back in.
Yeah.
It's okay. So I'm gonna tell you the second one I thought of, and then I'll tell you the first one.
Yeah.
And I think the first one, it's gonna be weird, but I'll explain it. So the second one I thought of was Inglourious Bastards.
Okay. Ooh, that's a good one.
Because
That's a good one.
as a piece, as a narrative,
Yes.
as a thing, I can always it is a movie that always sucks me in that fucking bar scene. The underground.
Oh, with the
3 and 3.
Yeah, the 3 and yeah.
Yeah, like that.
I would have been dead.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Like,
the 3
super dead.
versus 3 versus 3. That scene never fails to suck me in.
Yeah.
It is so charged.
Yeah.
It is so like
Yeah.
everything I've read about it, like the way Tarantino said he wrote it,
Yeah.
like he took him days to write it because he kept coming back and like trying to
Yeah.
think of ways to lay. Like, but even then, like building out from it, and it started as after I first saw it, my least favorite Tarantino movie.
Really?
The first time I saw it, I was like, I don't know if I like.
You know what it was? And I'm sorry to interrupt. It was a re-entry problem because we just seen Kill Bill.
Yeah,
And it was like, oh, that's right. That's how he makes movies.
That's how he made. Yeah, Kill Bill was very fun and like kind of
And it was a little
outlandish.
different,
Yeah, yeah. But the movie that popped in my head, I was like, what's the movie that would make me like feel good and everything? And you, the movie that popped in my head, the first thought was Back to the Future 2.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Only because
It's a really good movie.
it's a good movie. Something about the like. To me, it feels like a warm movie.
Sure.
I mean, it's enough where it's like it has enough of a range of the plot. Like, yeah, it's kind of nonsensical.
Yeah.
The whole time travel,
Yeah.
Split parallel
Sure.
dimension thing. You did this wrong, but you switched it.
Yeah.
But like the idea of like to me, it played a lot like that whole like Alice in Wonderland moment where he gets to the future and he's just like, what the fuck is this? And he goes in, it's this, the future Pepsi pops out. And
hoverboards.
And then, of course, hoverboards and the pumps and the jacket, and flying cars, like all of this. And that was only a short part of the movie. Not a short, but like.
Yeah. It's less of the movie than you think.
It's
mostly what you remember.
But mostly what you remember. But even then when you think about the rest of the movie, you're like, oh, right. But then it's almost like you're watching.
There's like a whole third of that movie that's in 1955.
Right.
Like, you kind of forget that. But
and what it is, I'm sorry for coughing. Throat's dry.
Yeah, I get it.
But it almost becomes two movies in one.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're rehashing Back to the Future 1.
Yes.
But then you got all this future stuff.
Yeah. Something
about it was something that's like, if I was standing back and I just watched like Back to the Future 2, I'd be like, I'd sit there going, I remember,
I can see that.
And that would chill me out enough. But like I said, Inglourious Basterds is that like kind of shock to the system. So I'm torn between, but if I had to go 2 hours, it'd be Back to the Future, because Inglourious Basterds I think is almost 3 hours.
Yeah, I mean whatever, 2-3 hours, whatever the movie
minus.
is.
Okay, now we're going for a third.
Yes.
So
this is where things get diabolical.
This is the kill mode, the kill section.
Yeah.
So for some reason,
sorry,
we're almost a good look. Here's the segue, like a parallel universe, parallel timeline. For some reason, each of ourselves got the other on that desert island.
Yeah, we are the cause of
each other's deserted island. Don't ask us how. It just happened.
Doesn't matter.
And so because of that, somehow...
It's probably the same mechanism that allows us to watch a movie forever using coconut power.
Correct.
Just want to point that out.
Yeah. And so we somehow find ourselves able to cast that person, the other who put us there, in the same situation, yet we get to choose.
I'm terrified you have more power than me in this situation.
I have a movie that is in my brain, and I don't know if it would do this effect, but I think it would. Because every time I've ever brought it up, you've been like, what the fuck? So the idea is that we would then select a movie that the other would have to watch forever on this deserted island.
This is the torture.
As a bit of a torture, a bit of a spite, a bit of a get back.
This is the kill of the
it's not to say that the other wouldn't get rescued at some point, but for some span of time,
you're stuck watching this movie.
You're stuck watching this movie that
this is your only form of
perhaps maybe selected specifically to drive the person insane.
Yeah.
Perhaps just to annoy them.
Yeah.
Perhaps the choice is theirs.
Oh, I know what movie to use. That's not fair.
Fuck. Okay.
It's just bad.
It's just, okay. So the category, the perspective on this, it could be whatever. Like, what angle are we going to do each other on to say, like, well, this will torture them, but in what way? Is it going to be something where it drives you insane, where by the time you get rescued, you're just a different person? Or is it going to be like every time it goes on, you're going to go, fuck, it's this movie again. And you're going to hate it. You're going to watch it. You're going to hate watch it.
Yeah.
Because it's the only thing on the island to do. But there it is. So I don't know. I mean, I think I've got mine pretty locked in.
There's two that I can go with.
Oh.
I want to think of something better. I just want to.
Actually, I thought of another one just now.
I just want to be hateful right now, and I'm trying to figure out which one will be worse.
I mean, we could have runner-ups. We could have the first place and then a runner-up.
But I really want to find a movie you fucking hate. In the brain, there's got to be something that like
the one I'm thinking of.
Good.
The one that plugged into my head like immediately was one that I'm like, I don't think you'd hate it. I think it would just annoy you.
Okay, what do you got?
I think you'd just be like, fuck. Alfie knows I hate this, or just.
What do you got? What movie do I have to watch?
Only because it was also a movie that I like.
This is even better. Go for it. What do you got?
So the movie that I would select would be Hudson Hawk.
Oh, you son of a bitch! I think this would somehow force me to like this piece of crap.
It could.
It's so dumb.
That might be the ulterior motive in putting this there.
Fucking Hudson Hawk.
I remember.
I'm gonna know the timing of that fucking song. You son of a bitch.
Would you like
It's
to
so
bring
bad.
up-
It's so dumb.
It's so bad, but
Like
it's
I
so
understand,
dumb.
like there are movies that like fit like Masters of the Universe. It's bad.
It's in that. It's
objectively
in that.
not a good
yeah,
movie.
Yeah.
Although you could make arguments like Finkel is fucking killing it.
He does
in that
kinda,
movie.
He does fucking wreck it. Yeah.
But it's not a good movie. But it's part of your childhood, or like I know that Hudson Hawk is that for you. It just wasn't. It wasn't a movie I watched growing up.
I
so.
will go to toe with it. I will get that. But I know every time I ever bring it up,
fucking
you're just like,
stupid movie.
Stupid.
It's so
like
dumb.
I said, it's not going to torture you.
No,
but you're just going to sit there looking at it
dumb.
like, what the fuck? The other movie I was going to pick that I thought of was pretty much any Tim Burton movie.
Yeah, see, that's what I was afraid of.
You thought I was going to go.
Because I'm not a big Tim Burton fan.
Yes,
but like I watch. They're all watchable movies.
They're watchable
for the most part.
Like I don't know which movie is Tim Burton enough.
Yeah,
that you
they're all
wouldn't
pretty
like.
fucking Tim Burton.
I think Edward Scissorhands was probably
that
going to be the first one.
I think the worst one
that I would have
done. Like Beetlejuice, I think I could get through.
Yeah, just you can kind of get through. Yeah. But because I know you didn't like it, but Hudson Hawk was the one that came to mind.
Sorry, I just don't like Tim Burton movies. It's so mean. I don't mean to be mean about it. If you like them, I think that's awesome. They're just not.
I enjoy his
they're
movies.
Not totally my jam.
He has a style and a view all his own. Absolutely he does, and that can rock with you.
I certainly would never say like Beetlejuice is objectively a good movie.
Yeah.
His obviously the stuff he did for Nightmare, although people argue whether or not it's his movie, is a good movie.
Yeah,
Scissorhands is a good movie. They're just not for me.
It's just not your thing.
Same thing. Like I'm glad you didn't go with like a Miyazaki thing, but I'd never seen them.
No,
so you couldn't really kill me with that. Like,
I know because it was
like Howl's Movie Castle. Like, all right, I guess I'm finally watching this movie.
Exactly.
I've never seen it.
No, that's why I went. I cycled into Hudson Hawk.
Hudson Hawk is great. I wish I had a pick as good.
I'm still nervous because there's plenty of movies that annoy the fuck out of me, or that would torture me.
And like, because like I thought a lot about movies that are real that we know are really bad.
Sure.
And that you're like, God, this is just irredeemable.
Right. Like,
but we've managed to find ways to redeem many of them.
We
watched Morbius, and it's called Boat Cops, the movie.
It's called that's the true
Holy
name.
bejeebus.
The true name.
Madam Web sucks, but like, there's the part where the dude walks into the diner. Like, I know you could get through with certain things that are like, this is pretty good. You like watch that one part and then walk away from the rest of the movie.
Yeah. That carries you. It carries it.
So I want to give you something like heinously irredeemable.
Oh God! I mean, it's not bad. It's not Borderlands, is it?
No,
because that was horrible.
Yeah, no.
Cool.
That movie's not even. That movie's so bad. It's not even worth being.
It's not worth being bad.
That's what I'm saying. It's just so bland.
Yeah.
But the movie that you would want to be good, that's not good, is the sequel to Silent Hill. You have to watch that fucking piece of trash.
Oh, I hate
it's a bad movie.
Fucking movie.
It's so bad. Or my alternate choice would be Street Fighter Legend of Chun-Li. But I think you could find a way to have Charlie Nash be so bad that you would make fun of it.
I'm sorry.
Silent Hill 2 is irredeemable.
It is irredeemable.
It's just not a good movie.
Regardless of Carrie-Ann Moss, regardless of who the fuck else was in it.
The fucking Jon Snow boy.
Oh yeah, Homeboy. Yeah. No, he did nothing. He did nothing in that movie.
No, he did not. Yeah.
He did nothing.
It was a bad movie.
It was so.
And it's looking at it.
I hated that.
It has.
You see what it's doing to my head now?
It has those elements.
You're making me think.
It has the character design elements from 3, and you're like, man, 3 was such a good game.
3 was good.
And you remember what was good about 3. And nothing in that movie respects what was good about 3.
No, because it had and there was this stupid mannequin fucking monster and shit. Oh my God.
And the whole carousel thing was still a part of it.
But then at the end, like fucking Carrie-Ann Moss shows up and you're like, what are you doing here? I don't remember you being in this fucking movie. Oh, you were? I didn't even know you were in this movie. Oh. Yeah, no.
They poured Sean Bean back in that movie too.
He did. He got in it for like a second, huh?
Yep. Just to die.
No, okay. Legend of Chun-Li, yes. Charlie Nash in that movie.
So ridiculous.
He is the worst but best part of that movie.
Yeah.
He carries enough of that movie.
I think you could laugh enough at that movie.
I would laugh enough at it.
In the Boat Cops kind of way.
Now, fucking, what's his name? Taboo from Black Eyed Peas is Vega. That brings it right back down.
It's pretty rough.
But it brings it right down here.
Pretty rough.
It's pretty rough. But then Nash shows up again. You're like, oh,
no, Nash is here.
There he is.
Nash is here.
He's gonna pretend to act.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
What was he? Was it Downpour? Downpour was the name of. was 3D, right? No, it was Silent
No,
Hill.
it was like
something
Revelations or
all
something.
Revelations. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I remember.
But it was a movie that was in 3D, so they have some 3D shots.
Yes, because it's like the shit with like the sword.
Yeah. And you don't get 3D glasses when you watch it. By the way. Or maybe you do. Maybe
No,
having them does make it worse.
Having them makes it worse.
Every time you watch it, you have to watch it in 3D.
You have to watch the shit.
Yeah.
Because then there was the detective guy in it. Oh my god.
It's not good.
I remember
it's
watching
just not
that
good.
once, only once.
Yeah.
And I watched it and I just I watched it and it finished. And I got up and I just walked outside.
Yeah.
I just walked outside because I looked around and I was like,
the worst part about it too,
happened?
The first movie is not a good Silent Hill movie, but it's not bad. Like
it got more of
it's okay.
Yeah,
like
it got more of the vibe. It
there
got
was
more
stuff
of the
going on there. They put the music in there. They changed some things, and that's fine. Pyramid Head throws it at the door. That's awesome.
Yeah,
love that.
Yeah,
and it's like, all right, nice try. Like
good attempt.
Yeah, and they changed.
And that's
the
who's coming back.
To like
the guy
who's
who's doing the
Cole.
third one, the new movie they're making.
They're doing another one.
The first director is coming back.
Okay.
So maybe something good, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's but that second one, like, and it was done. I looked it up. Bad. It was done because it had this thing. I had to look up who made it.
Yeah.
Like who the director was. Like what was the team around it.
Yeah.
It was they made a. I don't think it was a production team or like a house or something like that. But it was something like they were trying to make it like Team Silent. But for the movies,
yeah, okay.
But it was this one like fanboy guy who just made his like he was such an into.
I'm sorry, dude, you're a fan, but you didn't get it. You missed the mark.
You missed it. So
and maybe it wasn't him. Maybe it was producers. And
it could have been. It could have been
a lot of things, but the movie just missed the mark. Like
it missed it so bad. And that's what makes it hurt so bad.
It does.
Like
it does.
Almost in the same way that Borderlands does, but it's worse.
Again, Borderlands is like so ineffectual at being a movie that I don't care.
A movie in and of itself.
This was 90
just
minutes of things on film. Great, good for you.
Of people being recorded.
Don't care. Moving on.
In costumes.
Like, yeah. But Silent Hill 2 could have been a thing.
It should have been a thing. It should have been a thing. Supposedly that's what the new movie is. They're going to do Silent Hill 2.
Oh, they're going to do.
They're going to do James
story.
Okay. And I was like, all right, cool. Let's see. But no, fuck that movie.
That movie sucks.
See, I keep coming back to it. It keeps sucking me back in.
Yeah.
It is so
It's
bad.
just not redeemable. Irredeemable movie.
No, that would torture me.
So
that would be torturous.
There you go.
Yeah. No, Legend of Chilling I would have found some silliness with.
I think you get
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Indeed.
A game for everybody to play.
I don't know. Try it out.
Try it. See if it works.
See if you guys can
We
figure
tried
that
it out. We tried to see.
Yeah.
So thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to our silliness, our sillydom. We're so silly.
I don't know what that was. I don't know where that came from.
I don't know what that was. I'm gonna say goodbye.
I think I was just watching Hudson Hawk a lot over and over and over again.
But it has the guy who played Loki. Richard. No.
Oh, Richard E. Grant?
Richard E. Grant's in it, and he fucking chews the scenery all over the place.
He does kind of chew the scenery all over the place.
And
who's Bruce Willis's friend? He's in everything too, or wasn't he? He was
Danny Aioli? No.
Is the guy that owned the pizza shop and do the right thing? Yeah.
Danny Aleo?
That sounds right. Aleo sounds. I don't know. People are in it.
Look, I will break down that fucking movie one day. I will do it. And I will tell everybody, I still think it's ahead of its time.
You know what movie we need to see again that we haven't seen in a long time?
What?
Versus.
Remember
when we showed Versus to our friends and we were like, oh no.
Yeah, I know. That was a mistake.
Oh no.
At times.
They don't get it.
But it was.
They don't get it.
Okay. Listen, everybody. Go watch Versus. It's probably on YouTube.
It probably is.
Probably. And when you get to the point when the guy pretty much chipped his tooth, then you can tell us if you like it enough or not.
Yeah.
Because that's right about that point.
But it takes what feels like 4 hours to get there.
In a forest.
And it's a 90-minute movie. So like the pacing is not working.
I don't know. It was like sub 90.
It's probably
I think it was like 87.
It's supposed to be a pretty quick moving movie.
A quick movie.
And then when you're watching it, you're like, this is not moving as fast as I really want it to.
It hurts But thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to something.
Yeah. We still need to find a better ending.
We do.
We're working on it.
But we're working on it.
We're working on it.
Fuck that sound. God. Now I have to go outside for that Silent Hill movie. I swear to God. Victory!
Sumptin'. You are all garbage.